Hello, 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 everybody. Snorts. Oh, hello there. Pardon me. Just, don't mind me there. Hello, Maya. How are you? Hello, Operasoria. Oh, man. How is everybody this fine evening / day / time zone? Mood Runes, hello! Welcome in. How did the coin flip go? Did the coin flip, did it solve the issues, the dilemma of what to work on? I've decided to become a famous Hollywood star, so I'm getting a head start with the debilitating drug addiction. Well, you're off to a great start there. You definitely, show up down at the drawing room. The drawing room, which is literally the Los Angeles Coke bar. My favorite thing is everyone knows that is the Coke bar in LA, but it only ever gets shut down when the bartenders specifically get caught dealing Coke, which I think is funny. I just find that deeply hilarious. Mood Rudes. Yeah, the gods have chosen for me to work on my edits for book 1. Okay. I hope your edits are far better and work definitely go a lot easier than what I've gotten myself into, where now my edits are a full rewrite. But it seems like you're getting fantastic feedback, so that should not be necessary. Hopefully it's easy or not too terrible. Maya, how was the trip? It was good. It was good. Talked about it a little bit last night. I did a short stream last night, but I was still pretty tired because I had just gotten home. But it was good. You know, had a lot of brisket. Enjoyed the Austin weird culture. Got to hang out with a bachelorette party that was being insane, as well as some cougar ladies who were chasing after some young lads. So there was some interesting little things going on. Moonrun. I'm just gonna pick one thing off my to-do list for the edits and do that so I don't overwhelm myself. That's a smart idea. That's good. So do everything you can not to overwhelm yourself, because I have clearly done that, where I'm like, oh shit, now I've got like a million things to do. Ugh. And I had like, I need to get better about making lists. Hello, kitty. Yep, UA is here, and she's letting everybody know that she is here. And yeah, and she wants grooming. Hello, princess. Good. You read any of Oizel's work or Ghostly's? No, I'm behind on that. I have Oizel's and Ghostly's like on I have it on my iPad, and I think I have your thing on my iPad too. I'm gonna move the camera a little bit. I have your thing on my iPad too, but I'm just did not have time, unfortunately. I was trying to catch up in the book that Oizel is doing for the book club. Sorry, yes, you only sometimes overload yourself. It seems to be a consistent trend in my life, but God damn it, there's so much to do. But no, I will. I'll probably read that. We'll see if I can get to it this week. The problem is the next 2 weeks I'm the director of photography on a buddy of mine's short film. So my weekends are completely swamped. So I'm going to be doing 12 to 16-hour days filming his horror film this weekend. And I'm doing a lot of pre-production meetings this week and next week. So it will be tight. So much to do, but so little time. That is my life. That's all of our lives, I feel like. There's just too much out there. Too much to be done. Hello, princess. Hello. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. I was before I streamed to got ready to do stream today. I was rebuilding one of my playlists because I build playlists for my films. when I'm writing like screenplays and things like that, or doing lookbooks. And I completely, I was thinking like, what are those perennial soundtracks that like influenced you? I don't know if any of you like listen to soundtracks, like movie soundtracks, but I had like 2 major soundtracks that just like forged my music taste and even my like idea of cinematic music. And of course they're both very gothy. But I was just thinking about that. Because I was just thinking about that. Wild stuff anyway. So I ended up going down a rabbit hole and re-listening to The Crow and The Matrix soundtracks, because they pretty much led into my taste in music for the next 20 years. I'm now stuck on chapter 7. I'm having a hard time balancing lore and description of another city. It's annoying. Yeah, that's rough. It's always like whatever you can try to get out naturally. But, you know, it's always kind of, I don't know, it's tricky. It's, I'm trying to think, like, you can't just like exposition dump, but I do think that, like, hello, princess. I do think that, like, I don't know. Getting to another city, maybe, how much of it is, like, necessary for your story? Like, in the immediate chapter? Because if it's not immediately necessary, you can also reveal that stuff over time. And kind of save the lore. But it depends how much, like, you need it for context, for what's, like, occurring in the city. And if you can, try to write your way around it. The less lore, the better. Is like, have a robust lore system and build your lore, but then pull as much of it out as possible that still allows it to make sense. Because I tend to think that things are better when the lore is still a little bit like mysterious, because that's like real history. Nobody knows everything about history, usually. So it's okay to let some of that stuff, as long as you know it and you kind of like have the coherent answer. It doesn't necessarily need to be like a perfectly detailed account. It just needs to contextually inform what's occurring in the story. I have multiple playlists just full of action trailer music and more. It always gets my creative juices flowing. Yeah. I used to listen to 2 Steps from Hell. I think that was like kind of like that cinematic trailer-y music type stuff. Originally, I did it for D&D. Originally, I used a lot of those like generic trailer things for D&D. And then, yeah, it's kind of like, I just started, you can build it, and it creates a lot of really good, like, ambient music. Kind of gives you a vibe. I feel like those work really well for, like, if you're writing, like, fantasy, too. Like, epic fantasy or action. Any kind of action fantasy, I feel like it works really well. I also completely deleted what I had for chapter 7, 8, 9. Oof. Oh, man. You're just you're doing what I'm doing right now, where you're just doing page 1 rewrite, man. You are just redoing everything. Because that's exactly what I'm doing with this horror movie. The lore is just passing knowledge. It was only 2 short paragraphs. I'm trying to avoid exposition dumping of description of yet another city. They totally don't look the same. Right. I think you can get away with, like, giving it a unique character or, like, a unique feel and trying to describe it that way. Just kind of like, oh, you know, like, highlight the distinctions and the differences, but keep it very, like, brief. Brevity is always good. I think that could probably work. Yeah. I think the more you can just capture the essence of the city in, like, a short little maybe paragraph. Oh, thank you, bud. Thank you. More caffeine, because I need caffeine tonight. More caffeine. But yeah, like, that's actually a thing we learn, or that I like to do a lot with character descriptions and screenplays, is don't describe how they look unless it's, like, necessary, or how they, you know, like, what they're wearing. I tend not to try to do it. I try to describe the essence of the character, essentially, like, who they are, essentially, fundamentally, and what the core of their existence is. And also that tends to, like, get people more, like, they kind of have a better idea. So if you can do that, but with a city, it might be easier than, like, just being hyper detailed in the description. But I'm also, it may not be applicable to what you're doing. Mood runes. Yes, they're great. Okay, yep. I really like, okay, Hidden Citizens. I don't think I've heard of them. Fleury and Tommy Prophet. I don't think I've heard of any of those. Okay. Let me check them out. Let me look. Let me look at this. Who do we got? Who do we got here? I'm gonna have to look this up now. Get more cool epic fantasy music. Or epic action music. Hidden Citizens does sound vaguely familiar. But let's see. Who are you? Who are you? Ooh. Okay. All right. I'm on board with this. Okay, yeah, this. Okay, and Tommy. Cool. I'm going to start with thank you, Moon Runes. I'm going to check them out. Because I do like generic background music. It helps me think. Or not generic, but like mood music. Like specific types of mood music. Awesome. I need to remember I don't have to show everything in magnified detail. Yes, that is the key. It's good to know it and kind of have it in the back of your brain, but yeah, you'll turn into like Dostoevsky, where you spend like a chapter and a half literally describing a room in the Brothers Karamazov before anybody even shows up in there. Like, before the brothers meet Father Zosima and they all sit down, he literally spends like a whole chapter just describing the room. And you're like, I know that the whole thing is, like, bleak existential despair, but, like, somehow just describing an empty room for a chapter broke me. Like, that's when Dostoevsky successfully destroyed my soul. And I love that book. But, who he is, he has the essence that he fucks and smokes cigars. This is the kind of man that indeed gets laid and smokes cigars. And you kind of can write, you have a picture there. And it looks like every, like, man bro YouTube, or an even better one is a man who thinks that he gets laid and smokes cigars. Then you're describing a very specific type of person. And a very particular type of era in YouTube's history. Presoria, but how will I know about the room otherwise? I must know every detail in the room. Yeah. Yeah, it depends. It also depends on what you're writing and the mood you're writing for. For, like, an action-adventure fantasy, like, you need to keep that stuff to a minimum. When you need to keep the kind of the story flowing, and particularly you, Maya, because you have fun characters that have fun character dynamics. You need to keep those characters, like, the characters need to drive it. You need to, like, rely on them, because that's where the real strength of all that is coming from, is specifically the character dynamics and relationships and kind of how they work off each other. But I must know everything. I think of a middle-aged man who dresses nice, has thinning hair that may be receding, has a slightly deep voice, and will beta the shit out of someone for pissing him off. That's a type. Will beat the. Okay, gotcha. Who will beat the? I assumed beta was like some weird young slang for beat, but I figured that's kind of sort of what it meant. Will beat the shit out of somebody for pissing him off. That is, yeah, that could be the case. Yeah, that's kind of like, oh, what is his name from? God, he used to be in the old Spider-Man cartoons. He's like the big guy. Big guy who with the monocle. Yeah. That's the vibes I'm getting. Kick someone in the nose, then lights a cigar. Yeah, okay, you are literally describing this character. He's like a villain. I remember it. No, it's not Penguin, because Penguin's like small and weird, and although in the new Batman movie he does kind of have the same vibe. as Penguin, but it's not Penguin because it's from Marvel. It's from Spider-Man. Although I think, you know what, he's in the Daredevil show, even though I always knew him from Spider-Man because of the cartoon. Oh God, it's gonna drive me crazy. It's like Penguin because he's also a business. He's like an evil businessman the way the Penguin is an evil businessman. They're very similar, and honestly, probably ripped each other off, or one ripped the other off at some point. Who is that guy? Yeah, I know. I have to Google it. I have to Google it because I know Vincent D'Onofrio played him in Vincent D'Onofrio played him in the Daredevil show. But yes, Kingpin. Thank you, Moonrunes. Yes, it's Kingpin. It's yeah, you're totally describing Kingpin. Yeah. Yeah, I think he had a monocle. I think he had a monocle in the Spider-Man cartoon. Maybe he didn't, and I just made that up. But he always had a white suit. And in the old yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, or maybe I thought he had a monocle. Maybe he didn't have a monocle. I know Penguin has a monocle, but maybe I'm just making that up or conflating the two. I would not be surprised if I'm absolutely. He's coming back to me now. Yeah, it's let me see if I'm come on, there's from the animated show, like way back in the day. You know what? He might not have had a monocle even back then. I might have just made that up. I think yeah, I think. Yeah. There we go. I wonder if I can put that. My Kingpin's also in the Spider-Man game. Yeah. I mean, that's good. Yeah. Because that's what I always knew him from, was the original animated Spider-Man show. I never really... Because I never really was into, I was never really into, Daredevil. I just wasn't a Daredevil person. But, speaking of which, I need to see that second Spider-Verse movie. I've heard it's very, very, very good. The second Spider-Verse. Oh, boy. All right. Well, I suppose we should probably get to work here soonish. There's a lot of work to be done, and I have a lot. I don't have nearly as much time as I'd like to, since I'll be doing movie stuff all weekend. I really want to watch Punisher, but I don't want to sub to Disney for it. Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, I mean, Disney owns everything. I have never liked any adaptation of Punisher. The comic Punisher was always pretty cool, but I've felt like every movie adaptation and even the show just never got it right. Because he's kind of an anti-vigilante. He is a vigilante, but he's also like kind of a bad guy. He was kind of like influenced by the original Rambo movie, First Blood, where it's like deeply critical of a lot of things, and they just go straight into, okay, he's a much more angsty vigilante with a gun, and it kind of like misses the whole point of what the Punisher's about. They took it off Netflix because Disney likes to fuck everyone. I only want to see John Bernthal kill people in in brutal ways. Good old Shane. Yeah. Well, if that's what you're jonesing to see, if that's kind of just what you're aiming for, then that's probably the way to go. And maybe the Disney one is good for that, or the Netflix one. I wouldn't know though. I just don't know. Oh, you love John Bernthal? Okay. Hey, that helps. That helps if you're into the actor. Or you think they work as a performer for that. There was a guy I really liked who played the Punisher, but I still think the movie was bad, and I'm trying to remember. He was in the Rome TV show, or the HBO show Rome too, as a Centurion. but I can't remember his name. But he fit the part for me. But they still kind of just did a bunch of wonky stuff. With the Punisher. All right. Okay. All right. I think it is time for us to get to work. So I think we will go ahead and bring up Writing Cam and start working. Oh, nope. There we go. All right. Sorry. Serious Sloth. Fantastic. There we go. Oh, boy. Oh, they're so adorable. I, like, literally die every time I see a sloth. They make me so happy. Ugh. Wasn't there a video? I think there was a video of, like, Kristen Wiig crying when she saw a sloth. Like, she gets so excited to see sloths that she cries. That might not be her. I saw something. I think maybe it was. I think it was her. But there's something deeply charming. I would too. Yeah, I think if I saw a sloth in real life, I would have. I think I would. I would probably, at least hysterically giggle maybe. Moon Runes. I took a nap before this so I could get some work done. Oh, well done. All right, so you are ready to go. You're like, I'm rested. We got this. Well, you are prepped. Or Kristen Bell, not Kristen Wiig. Yes, thank you, Moon Runes. 100%. That is Kristen Bell. I knew I got the wrong Kristen. Oh man. Well, that's good. All right. Well, Moon Runes, you're rested. You're ready to go. I think I'm definitely feeling less exhausted today. So hopefully it is a productive day. But let us go ahead and get everything swapped over. And we will get started on our writing sprints. Actually, all right. We'll see if I need to reload the timer. Bring in our mood music. If I didn't have to work tomorrow, I would make some coffee, but alas, yeah, definitely. I have a bad habit of doing that anyway, and then I can't sleep, and then I'm like shocked that I can't sleep, and I'm exhausted the next day. And it's like, well, yeah, dude, you had coffee at like 9 p.m. at night. What did you expect to happen? So that's smart of you. You're managing things well, Moon Runes. You've got it figured out. Taking a nap, getting rested, getting set, but pesky work. Pesky work. Luckily, I think I'm just going to be writing all day tomorrow, so it's not the worst thing in the world if I'm up all night. And honestly, if I am up all night, it just means probably tomorrow I'll wake up and just stream write all day. We'll see. It depends how today goes. All right, everybody. I think we're going to go ahead and hit our first sprint. So I hope it is a good one. We're rested. We're good. All right, sometimes. Right. Sometimes I got to figure it out. Sometimes. All right, everybody. Happy writing, and we will see you on the other side. And away we go. Wait, there we go. And away we go. All right, and there we go, everybody. There's our first sprint down for the day. Thumbs up. All right, start up our down timer. Ghostly, welcome in. How are you? It sounds like currently in a loft attic decompressing after all the prep for the... Oh, that's right. Yeah, you are. You're doing a wedding. Oh, man. And you had a prep for the bachelorette party tomorrow. Well, that sounds exciting. What do you all have planned for your bachelorette party? Or not yours, but your friends. Gonna try to sit through a sprint or two? Oh, good. Get some words? Oh, well, hopefully that helps you decompress a bit, Ghostly. I don't know if you're like me, but sometimes those types of social things like party planning and partying and or trying to like do all that can be a little overwhelming for me. Tea party, nails, pride, and prejudice. Oh, awesome. All right, well, that sounds like a good time. Man, you're having like a legit tea party? That's pretty cool. I am unawares of That's what I should do. If I ever got married, maybe I'll do like a Japanese, like actually do a Japanese tea ceremony. So many of my friends would be like, "This is what you're doing for your bachelor party." I'm like, "Yeah, dude, we're gonna do a Japanese tea ceremony. It'd be awesome." That'd be lit. Hey Maya, hey Bromy, can I run an excerpt by you? Of course, yeah. Feel free to drop it in the Discord. I'll see it. I've got the Discord up right here, so feel free to just throw it over, or maybe not. Maybe not, actually. Oh, never mind. I do not have the Discord up. But yeah, go ahead and run it in the Discord here. I'll bring it up on my iPad. Bring it up on my iPad. Shockingly, out of nowhere, my second monitor decided to freeze again. So amazing how these things work. Technology. That'd be awesome. I'm glad everybody here supports that as a weird as a weird thing. Here we go. All right. I got the shared thing up. So if you want to drop it in there, you can run an excerpt there. Well, hopefully that was a good sprint for everybody. Hopefully they got stuff done. It's so funny. Re-breaking this story back down has been mind-melting. It's like going back through the script, realizing that the pacing and everything, and even like the subtle character motivations and the weirdness just does not work. So I am it's like watching, like re-breaking everything down, and now I'm realizing I'm rewriting half of it, and it's almost like writing a whole new script just with the same characters. What have I done? What have I done to myself? Slight marine tea. That's exciting. Let's see. The roommate is going to be the roommate is out of the picture by the time I'm back home. So that's well, that's good. I don't know what, but it's something. Hey, I think that's Ghostly, when you realize maybe you don't know how to write. Yes, that is absolutely what I'm experiencing right now, where I'm like, whatever I have done, I think I totally fucked this all up. But if the core idea and some of the things in there are good enough and can carry over to the next draft, maybe I can actually nail it on the third draft. If I can't actually get a good foundation that's hitting hard on the third draft, that's usually when something gets put on the bookshelf, because I don't like having to rewrite the same thing over and over and over again unless I'm sure the core chassis works. Let's see. But yeah, about the Marine, I mean, that seems like that would be better all around for you. A little less dramatic. If you now have the Marine all to yourself without a third party constantly trying to get in the way. No trash is unfixable trash. Thank you, Ghostly. No trash is a. Uh, I hope it's not an. I hope it's not. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I can do like I can do yeah, I can try to fix the trash 3 times. That's my limit. That's where I've got my after that I'm done. Okay, let's see here. What has Maya got here? Through the thick walls of Pavita, we strolled up a long-winded road uphill. It led into a large courtyard surrounded by buildings and businesses. Some were restaurants, while others were crafts. All prime spots for businesses of any kind. In the middle of all of it was the shining star, the statue of an old man in a long robe with a beard. It has a staff in one hand and the book in the other. A stereotypical Merlin. My only experience with magic users was a busty purple-haired witch named... I like that you have to say busty. Busty purple-haired witch named Alicia. A middle-aged balding man stood in front of it. Busting Miller stood in front of it and spat holy rhetoric as people walked by. For he who shuns the 3, who worships the empty vessels and carves the tongue of destruction into their mind, will find no peace among the dead. That's cool. I'm into that. Anti-mage propaganda. The 3 are the council, 3 allied gods who claim most of the human continent. The empty vessels referred to the void, the entity in which the mage enter a pact to gain the ability to weave their spells. To carve the tongue of destruction is to learn the language of the void and the runes that weave it. I wonder if there's... Okay, and then we go into the meta commentary. I wonder if there's a door-to-door religion salesman here as well. If there were, knowing this world, they'd probably burn. Okay, so the only thing I have to say is that last paragraph is, yeah, that's too explanatory. That's too much. I think, because it breaks the flow. Let's see here. It breaks the flow a little bit, Maya. That's my big... That's probably my only note there. The rest of it, I got kind of a cool vibe. I would let any of that anti-mage propaganda, the 3 in the council, see if you can have that stuff kind of filter out through character dialogues or through signs, maybe like post signs. Just like, you could even put like anti-mage propaganda like around, like, with posters, signs, that kind of thing. Because the way you have it structured there is just too... It's like too on the nose and too much of an aside. Nope, this is now... You're literally just giving me a lore section. You are explaining a thing. And it's too... It ruins the flow of the chapter a little bit. That's my only note about that. But I can see what you're struggling with there, having to try to explain that. Ghostly. I feel kind of bad for the roommate, though, because he's getting kicked out? But for the situation... Oh my... Ghostly, what is the... There is so much... There is so much... There's so much drama going on in the barracks. Are all Marine barracks like this? I literally just got done... let's see. I'm getting kicked out, but for the situation, I suppose it's better. Okay, so I'm very curious why that is... better. I just got done spending like an extra day in Austin with my friend who is in the army, and it sounds like these are just... God, anytime they're in the military, these barracks are just worse than like band camp or drama school. It's wild to me. It is absolutely wild to me. They also... Oh, God. Let's see here. The Ghostly snaps. Some good old vibes. I'm a fan. I mean, good vibes. Hopefully that helps. Ghostly, the bad boys love Ghostly. You've made that abundantly clear, Ghostly. You made it abundantly clear. One, clearly the Marine Corps. You are a danger to the Marine Corps, and clearly the bad boys of the Marine Corps are especially fond of you. So you definitely attract a type. It sounds like. Irresistible, they call me. I think so. Maya, plot point. There's a holy campaign going through the city, and it's in your face through the whole time there in Pavita. Okay, so I would let that last paragraph reveal itself through the action. If you have the action literally being that the holy campaign going through the city to your face the whole time they're in the city, then I think you should have that reveal itself. It's just too blunt. What you've got going on there is too blunt. At that point, I would just let it sit and hint at it and let the audience kind of put together what's happening, because it also allows your characters to still be a stranger in that world. It is the military. Ghostly, Miss Steal Your Marine. You are indeed that, Ghostly. I think you are absolutely the utter chaos of your life, Ghostly, is an internal fascination to me. Of your Happy Wednesday, Oizel. Yes, I am. I'm feeling a lot better. I think I either just needed to sleep or I kicked whatever it was that was making me feel like crap yesterday. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot better today. So hopefully things are on the good. I don't think I got the plague. I think I'm outside of the window of getting the plague. So I think at this point it's just general stress and too much going on, particularly because now I'm all day today was meetings and yesterday was meetings, and I had to do a bunch of things for this short film I'm helping my buddy shoot this weekend. So there was a lot of pre-pro meetings I had to deal with. So, but now that everything's kind of calmed down, at least for today and tomorrow, I'm hoping streaming will go smoothly and writing and words will get done. Hola, Ghostly. Let's see, Ghostly. Also, random, did you ever finish? No, I have not, Ghostly. You and Oizel are on the list of my catch-up. Because I'm also reading a book Oizel recommended in the book club, and I'm also very behind on that. So I will be picking those things up this week. This week, not over the weekend, because I'm going to be filming all weekend. So I'm sure I'll have plenty of bloody pictures to upload in the Discord, since it's a horror film. So there will be all kinds of wild things there, but I do want to read the rest of your story, Ghostly, and Oizel. I especially want to get through your stuff too. You're not behind. Oh, you are all so kind. These are what we do to each other, because we always have stacks of things that we need to read. So it's always just like, oh my god, I'm terrible. Yeah, that's exactly what I tell my friend when he's like reading 9 scripts because he's building his writer's room right now for when the writer's strike is over for the show he got greenlit. And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry I didn't read your thing. And I'm like, you're reading like 9 scripts a day. It's fine. My stuff can wait. It's okay. You've got a lot on your plate. But I do want to get to them. I do not want to let those fall to the wayside. Maya, no pressure, bro. Totally no pressure. Stares death into you. Yes, exactly, Maya. I do that to myself. That's the pressure I put on myself. But I also just enjoy reading. I just wish there was more hours in the day so I could read more, because I like reading everybody's stuff. It's inspiring, so it helps me keep writing too. All right, everybody. I think it is time for us to start our next sprint. So for everybody here, let's go ahead and get rolling. If you're working, relaxing, whatever it might be, I hope it is a productive and restful sprint. And we will see you all on the other side. Happy writing, everybody. And, thank you, Opera Soria. I did not. Thank you. Yes. I did not check the ad timer, and the ad's already in progress. So actually, that kind of worked out. All right, we'll hold off. We'll hold off starting till the ad timer's over. Although I think everybody watching is probably not getting hit with ads. I think everybody's in the okay. You know, my dude straight up told me at one point, wait, I'm sorry. Hold on. Wait, Ghostly. I'm sorry. What is going on? You know, my dude straight up told me at one point, I like dudes. Oh, like your Marine? Or wait, is that, or did I miss something? What? Uh, oh, it was a comedic content. Gotcha. Oh, I see. Gotcha. I missed the context. Okay, now that makes sense. Silly ads. These silly ads. All right. Okay. All right. Let's see if I can at least get each beat of each of these sections done tonight. That's my goal. My goal tonight is to actually get all the segment beats for each section done so I can start rewriting it. Ghostly, not going after a gay man, been there, done that. It's a losing battle. That would be a losing battle indeed. So, yep. I had the same issue when I was in high school. Actually, a lot of the people I had crushes on were all very, very gay, and it was like, yep, that's fine. You're not gonna win that fight. Moon runes. I've moved on from editing to working on the sketches. Oh, moon runes. Thank you. Moved on. Oh, well, I hope that those produce. You've moved on from editing to working on those. Well, thank you. Moon runes knocking out emotes for the channel. So being a badass as always. And also clearly knocking out amazing tattoo artwork as well. Let's see here. Ghostly, you like the alt chicks, didn't you? Yes, that was absolutely yeah. I was definitely I was a little goth punk kid. So it tracks. It tracks still to this day. Let's see. Oizel, my second boyfriend was also across the aisle. It was weird. Interesting. I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if that could actually be kind of surprising when that plays out, particularly if they're like bisexual or like kind of fluid sexual, like their sexuality is fluid. Sometimes I feel like that can be, exciting and fun. But I don't know. If they were exclusively on the other side, that seems like that might be weird. It wasn't surprising at all. Gotcha. Okay, just weird at that point. Just weird. Oof. That does sound a little awkward. All right, let me check our ads. Okay, ads are done. There we go. We were just weird freshmen. I get that. That makes sense. Yeah. I've actually had a lot of friends who've had that where later on they turned, they were like, yeah, they clearly wasn't wasn't into it, which is the growing process and also other pressures causing that stuff to be delayed. Maya, as someone who has never dated, I am now worried about being attracted to people who swing the other way. I wouldn't worry too much about that. It can happen, but I wouldn't fret about it too much. I think it can be a lot more. You can let that get into your head about that. Oh, all right. Back to sprints, everybody. No more dating talk. No more. Ghostly's getting the chat all riled up about all this marine tea and dating. I'm kidding. All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and get our sprints going. All right. Happy writing, everybody. We'll see you on the other side. And away we go. Oh shit, we got a raid from E to the Liz. E to the Liz, welcome in. I hope the writing went well. How are you? How is everything going? Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in, Raiders. Raids. Welcome. We're just in the middle of our second sprint, I think. Good. Doing well. Just getting back into the hang of things post-traveling. But yeah, having a great time. I was rewriting a script and now I'm realizing I'm doing a page 1 rewrite. So I'm I'm processing that information as I re-break down the whole thing. You're in time for the sausage tasting party. No. Hit a writer's block, so I figured it's time to raid out and say, hey, oh man, well, that happens sometimes. Travel did go well. Travel went really well, but of course it led it right up to a page 1 rewrite. So that's my wall, not a writer's block wall, but definitely a oh shit, oh shit. Here we go. So page 1 rewrite on a mid-budget Wyoming horror film. So that's what we're working on. But yeah, we're just doing writing sprints for everybody. Let me just go ahead and shout out the Discord. Feel free to pop in and join, but that's pretty much what we do here. I'm Wilight, and I do screenplays, just like E to the Liz. But thank you, E to the Liz. Well, I'm sure you've got it too, but sometimes writer's block just shuts everything down, so hopefully it's short-lived. But thank you. But yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go off mic for the remaining of the sprint, and we'll chat on the break. Tomorrow is indeed a new day. I hope so. I hope so indeed. All right. We'll see you on the break, everybody. Alrighty, everybody. And that is our second writing sprint down. All right. Let me go ahead and start the break timer. All right. All right. Hopefully that went good for everybody out there. It was a good sprint, productive. Moon Runes being an absolute legend out there. Author Alice Justice. Oh, oh, that is obscenely cute. That is an obscenely cute little dancing. I love it. Oh, so great. Oh yes, and Author Alice Justice. Thank you so much, and Rose Evans Star 21 as well. Thank you, thank you. All right. Oh yeah, this is painful. Redeemed hydrate. Actually, I may step away because I need to get more water. So thank you, Maya, for doing that. Let me go do that. Camp Nano is in July. It would be totally fun. Yeah. The only problem that I have is sometimes when I do projects like that, I get weird. I get yelled if I wrote my scripts to sell, I would get yelled at a lot. But maybe that'll, let's see. This might not be a, I guess that, yeah, maybe I'll do that. As long as the people who are writing scripts aren't going to get mad at me. You get to start, oh, you get to start your own Gopher. Okay, no. You can be pages, edits, words. Oh, okay. Okay, so that's good. So it's just a self thing. It's not other people critiquing it, hopefully. All right. Shit. All right. I'll try that. I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that for the Western. Yeah, it's a lot more relaxed. Okay. That's, yeah, you know what? Let me mark that down. That might be, maybe I'll use that to do my horror Western. See if I can get that one done. Oh, and no one ever critiques, even when you do regular. Oh, really? Okay. I'm so used to, particularly with like screenwriting. It's a lot more relaxed, all for yourself. Fantastic. Okay, Camp Nano is fun. Okay, all right. No one ever critiques, even when you do regular, unless you find a critique partner, and it's all the honor system. Oh, wow. All right, you're all selling it. You're all selling it to me. Well, okay. Yeah, maybe that'll be the July thing. The big July project is, since I'm still sort of plotting out the horror Western, maybe that'll be my July project, to try to see if I can go from like organizing the chaos board that you've all seen into an outline and then writing a draft in a month. It'd be tricky, but maybe we can. Yeah, that might be a fun thing to do. Oh, so you've been participating since 2009? Holy crap! All right, I will always sell it. No kidding. Okay, well that's all. That's all I need. All right, E to the Liz and Oizel are both like, you should absolutely be doing this. So I am a fool not to in that case. All right, so that's what we'll be doing on stream then. I will be doing on stream for Camp Nano next month. Because it looks like I have a light month next month. Okay, I gotta go get and do this hydrate since Maya wants me to drink. And everybody out there, be sure to stay hydrated. I will be right back. All right, sorry about that. I am back. Let's see here. Oh, Ghostly takeoff. Oh. All right, roommates are heading to bed, so I'm done for the night. Dave, well done, Ghostly, and go have a fun time. With the parties. Oh, and UA is here to say hello and yell at everybody. All right, let's see. Maya, what's camp? Yeah. Oh my goodness, I missed a lot. Ah. Let's see. All right. Oh man, they suggest writing a 50K novel for Nano proper, but you can be a rebel and do your own thing. Oh, what E to the Liz said. Oh wow. Okay, that's a lot. That's a big novel for the month. I guess I'm a participate in November, right? Yeah, I know. Yeah, Ghostly's just done too much. Yep, you hear a kitty. You hear good old UA. UA being as vocal as humanly possible. All right. Let's see. End of the month. You have a rough draft new. Awesome. All right. Camp Nano is a relaxed version of November. Okay. And when you set your own goals, write, edit 31 days for July or 30 days in April, but April camp is already. All right. Awesome. Yes. All right. So that'll be the plan for. We'll do that for. Let me mark hydrate. There we go. But yeah, we'll probably plan on doing that for July then. Then we will do that. Well, thank you for letting me know about that. E to the Liz and Oizel. I had no clue about that. All right, fantastic. All right, I think the timer's probably. Oh nope, there's still a little bit of time left. All right, let's see here. Okay, Oizel should make a Discord channel. Oh, that makes sense. I guess for if the people want to share their stuff for the event. Yeah, that makes sense. I think I actually I'm in another Discord where I think they do that as well. So that's smart. I will do that. I've been thinking about starting a new story on the side, so I guess July is when I'm gonna start it. Okay. Nice. Yeah, there you go, Maya. We can all of us, we can all take part in it. It's this new thing. Moonrunes, I've got 9. Good lord, Moonrunes. Do you want to see them now? And I have any changes you want? You want the anime one on Friday? Oh my goodness. Feel free. Let's see. No, feel free to send them over tonight. I can take a look at them this evening. That's, yeah. Just go ahead and drop them in the Discord channel, and I'll take a look at them. Probably when I'm off stream, or maybe I can. Right now, my Discord is on my frozen monitor, so I can't do anything with it. So I might be blocked from Discord for a hot minute. Let's see. My favorite is the snack swap and care package. Oh, yeah, you had mentioned that before in the past, Oizel. That's awesome. We could totally do that. Snack swap is a care package swap. That is... Is that, and I'm assuming that's like a part of a thing for the NoHo competition? Oh, down you go, princess. For the, for... snack swap and care package swap, is that part of the competition? I only just saw the page, so I haven't read through it yet. Oh, it's something that in the nano forums you can participate in if you want to. Oh, awesome. Okay, yeah. I'll add a channel to the Discord channel, or to the server for that, and then if people want to participate in that because that sounds super sweet, and that's super cool and like super supportive. Totally put on by participants and not officially sanctioned by the organizers. Yeah. I figured it's kind of a thing that people just do in the forums for sure. That makes sense. Alrighty. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead and start our next sprint. So let's go ahead and go for it. All right, everybody. All right. Writing away. All right, everybody. I hope it's a good sprint. We'll see you all on the other side, and away we go. Let's see if it... There we go. I know, princess. I know. It's working time. Alrighty, everybody, and there's our third sprint down. Start the break timer. Alrighty. Ugh, man, trying to figure out the second. 3 thumbs up for 3 successful sprints. Oh, that was rough. Trying to get through the second part of the second act is killing me right now, because this is where all the changes I'm making, I'm starting to have to actually like affect everything I pre-plotted in the original draft. So this is where it really departs, and it is a slog. But I hope it's going well for everybody out there who is working, or if you're having to switch over and start grading. Oof. So funny story of field exams coming up next year, and I want to get an early start on the reading lists. Okay, we propose the list of 35 to 40 items to our chosen faculty, and they approve or revise for approval. Okay, and I had no idea what to include on my list. Oh, like zero idea, like no books. You're like, oh no. Oh God. You asked ChatGPT. Oh boy. Just to see what that would be like. That actually, it's always curious to see what it might recommend given the prompts you give it. And my professor thought my list was amazing. Ugh, it's so bleak. ChatGPT's list. I guess, because it does kind of default to the most like obvious answer. That's kind of how I guess I suppose that technology works. So I guess that that's it. They're just like great. Great, the most obvious but inclusive list, I guess, but it's not by any means like unique, I guess. I don't know. I have a feeling for like very generic things, that's where you're going to see people using it or exploiting it a lot, is like almost like middle management type stuff, almost. That seems to be where I think you're going to see a lot of use, until obviously, who knows, until it controls the world, but who knows. I modified to include some things that I already had on my bookshelf. Okay, so it kind of like was able to pull, because it needs input, like it can't just come up with something. But yeah, that's always depressing when they're like, when the professors or when the teacher's like, this is amazing, and you're like, oh, that's a ChatGPT list. Great. Ugh, all right. Moon runes. I think I'm gonna call it a night. If I want to be functional. That's right. You have to get up early in the morning for work. Are you sprinting tomorrow? Yes. I'm not sure whether or not I'm going to be doing a day stream or a night stream, but I will update in the Discord which type of stream I will be doing, depending on what I have to do tomorrow. But hopefully, if you are not working, we will see you there. But if not, I hope your workday goes super well. And thank you so much. I will check the Discord here once I hop off. I can't wait to see them, so I'm very excited, Moon Rune. So thank you. It's a little scary, but honestly, I would have used the search terms in my library's database and just picked stuff from the database and catalog. So is it much different? I don't know. Yeah, I guess for something simple like that, because it is just picking things from a catalog. But I guess like it just gives you a pre-done list, where I guess in this case you're going down the list, and I guess if it's generating a list and then you pick from that list, it kind of is the same thing. If you gave, yeah. In that sense, I guess it's not removing like the intentionality there, because it's just populating a catalog. The legwork of like, essentially going to the library's database, That might be where a lot of those AI tools actually do come in handy, when it is just to generate lists for you to pick from. Moonrunes, thanks and no problem. I'll see you all later. Good night. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, Moonrunes. Have a great night. Sleep well. Take care of yourself. All right. The other list I generated completely myself, so shrug. Okay, yeah. So you had like 2 lists to go. It's an interesting way to experiment, I think. It's a fascinating way to experiment with things. It took forever when I wasn't sure exactly what I was looking for. That's like, I feel like when you're trying to generate a massive list, it becomes like choice overload. But yeah, it's kind of, I don't know, it's tricky. Those things are tricky. Oh boy. Yeah, one list is for the pedagogy. Okay, the pedagogy of creative writing, and the other list is on the genocides of the 20th and 21st centuries. Holy shit. Okay. Woof. Yikes. Yeah. That's some bleak reading right there. The 20th and 21st century. There's if you're generating a list on that, I don't know what I was researching a script like a year and a half ago. Oh man, I don't know if I have the book next to me anymore. But I was writing it. It had to do a lot with I was pulling from the Herero people and in Africa, and I think it was the dawn of the 20th century. I think. Where the Germans were trying to colonize there, and it was considered like one of the earliest, if not the first, genocide of the 20th century. But I was reading, it was a book called The Revolution of the Hereros. Yeah, the genocide enacted by the Germans, one of them. And it was a good book. The book, it was very short, but it was very good. I definitely, if it's bleak reading, of course, but it is definitely informative. Not officially recognized as a genocide technically, but absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of that. there's a lot of that in the way things get categorized politically and all that kind of nonsense. Yeah, much like the Spanish in the Americas, and then the Spanish in the Americas with the natives. Yep, exactly. Yeah, where we try to worm around the definitions there, but yeah, it was a good book. It was really informative, and I was reading a lot about like Harlem culture and like that period, and there was a lot of crossover there. It was really interesting. I learned a lot from it, but yes. Let's see. Genocide scholars are trying to change a lot of that, but it's slow going for us. Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of forces and factors there that kind of put the that are resisting the changes of those definitions, because it doesn't, for most state actors, it tends to not make them look very good. All right. Oof, man. All right. I have got to figure out, at least tonight, I have to manage to figure out the second act of this whole thing, which is going to be rough. But I have got to do it. Or at least finish off the second act and make it somewhat make sense. What have I gotten myself into with these rewrites? I recommend A Problem from Hell by Samantha Powers. Okay, let me check that out. I mean, you always do have the best like book recommendations. There we go. Let me bring you up. Oh, nice. Okay, so that's just like an overview. Okay. Oh man, she was a Balkan War correspondent. Whew. Yeah, that's definitely gonna be a bleak read. I can tell. Yep. She pulls no punches in. Oh, I'm sure she doesn't. That's a bleak read. That was like when I was reading Poisoner in Chief, man. That is a bleak read. I was like, woof. Woof. Oh God. Let us see here. All right. Looks like we are almost ready for our next writing sprint. All right. All right, everybody. All right. I got to see if I can crack this code here. We'll see how it works. All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started on our next sprint. So let us go ahead and roll with it. Happy writing, everybody, or happy grading, Oizel. I hope it is. I hope it's a good. I hope you can get through it. Get through it. All right, everybody. Happy writing. I hope it's a good one, and we will see you on the other side. And away we go. All right. And end. Oh, you devil, you devil timer. All right. Yeah, right, Maya. I am feeling that tonight. I've come up against a wall. This goddamn script. Ugh. All right. Well, 4 thumbs up for 4 writing sprints. So I hope everybody else out there, it was a productive sprint that was more productive than mine. I hope. I deeply hope that. Right, Maya? Why does this take so long? This is just, oof, man. I think I've completely written myself into a massive corner with the way I've restructured this entire draft, and now I have to rethink this whole thing. And it is, hello, princess. Yue is coming to tell me you're doing it all wrong. All right. Well, I think. Always alpha. Just tentacles. Yep. Squid arm. Pat. Ugh. Burn it down. Yeah, that's definitely what I'm feeling right now with this script. It's warm yourself with its flames. Burn it all down and warm yourself with the fire. That's definitely what I'm feeling. Ugh, this is gonna be a beast, I think, of a rewrite. I was like, I can definitely pull this off this month, but we'll see. It's being a hard nut to crack for sure. Ugh. All right. Well, I might actually call it tonight, everybody. I'm feeling very, very up against a wall with this stupid script. So I might go try and shake it off. Oizel, do you use beats from Save the Cat? I don't. I don't generally follow. I try not to follow, or I generally use like genre. I look at genre outlines that are, or like tropes that are specific to genres. And I kind of build off that, but this one is different. The reason, because I tend to resist certain elements of like common narrative script structure. So this one is structured a lot like the play Our Town, if you've ever read it. It's where it essentially takes place in 3 separate acts. Or 3, not acts, but it takes place in 3 separate time periods, and the play is kind of broken up evenly between them. And I'm using that in the same way here, where I'm trying to create a sort of like, use that same structure to create a snapshot, but also at the same time do a horror movie in it, which means I'm already fighting the structure in terms of like building suspense or building dread, because there's like time and relationship shifts. So it's not the kind of script, at least the story I'm trying to tell here doesn't really work in that kind of, like in a kind of traditional beat for beat, rising action, falling action narrative. I'm trying to like keep the horror movie beats, and obviously it still has like its midpoint, its low second act, like the end of the second act has its low point. It always, oh gotcha, you're a rebel, yeah. Essentially. I mean, I do write other scripts that do follow a little bit more of a narrative convention, and this might be the point where I break down and this is going to get restructured into a more standard narrative convention. It's hard. It's hard because I tend to resist. Unless you could make it interesting, I find a lot of, particularly in cinema, I tend to think it gets very boring and repetitive and predictable, and I try to like lean on the visual elements to like try and navigate interesting ways to move through a narrative. But with what I'm trying to, I mean, this movie is supposed to be half Barfly, half Wicker Man. So it's like, it's supposed to be like a bar, like deadbeat, like nihilistic small town America, bar culture, self-devouring town. and mix that with like a horror movie element, kind of sort of a more cosmic horror movie element. And so that's kind of that's the tension. That's the tension that I'm clearly running up against, I think, in this script. And so now I have to go back and rethink whether or not I have to restructure it and apparently not be a rebel. And, you know, narrative construction exists for a reason, the way you do it. But, you know, like Ginger Snaps. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Which I do is a great movie. I love that movie. But that's, I think that might be the thing here. So I really have to sit down and think whether or not I'm going to have to restructure this into a more conventional narrative, and then what's going to get lost. Like, what are the things that I'm trying to hold on to, in that some of the more dramatic elements and some of the more drama oriented stuff and less horror stuff is probably going to go by the wayside. Because the movie, this whole story is supposed to be about American nihilism. It's supposed to be fundamentally about a deep nihilistic culture at the center of, like, particularly like small town Wyoming, like not just Wyoming, but any of those small towns that just become sort of almost incestuous and self-devouring and bleak in a sort of mentality of despair. And that's kind of what I'm trying to like get at in this script. I can see where there might be some trouble dealing with it. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. And then obviously having some of the more cosmic-y horror elements behind it. But I've made those so subtle in the background that, you know, I'm trying to let those just kind of work on their own. But anyway, I'll have to meditate on this further and figure it out, I think. But I think I am going to call it for the night, lovely people. Let's actually see if we can raid somebody. And I will keep you all posted about tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow should be... Oh, we got... Okay, coffee's on. But yeah, I'll keep you all posted about tomorrow. It'll either be earlier in the day or it'll be later. I'm not quite sure yet. Depending on what I have to, if I have any meetings early in the day. Because I would like to do an earlier stream rather than a later stream tomorrow. All right, everybody. Let's go see... Yeah, let's go see coffee. Let's go do coffee. All right. But until then, I love seeing you all. Love you all. Have a wonderful night. I can't wait to see you all again. And thank you so much. I am not sick, so that is a good thing. Now I'm just sick in spirit with this stupid script. But that's better than ill. So thank you so much, Oizel. I hope all is well with you, and hopefully to see you tomorrow, or if not tomorrow, next week, or something soon. But have a lovely night. Take care of yourselves. Be kind to yourselves, and we will see you all. Later. Ba-ba-ba. Wait for the little raid counter to do its raid counter thing. Bye-bye. All right, adios, everybody.